Sorry, someone on a motorcycle is going by, so he needs to make sure everybody can hear him.
I don't like
Thanks. What is it doing for you? I don't think it does anything except just make a really, really, really loud noise reverberate off of, like in a city like this, I just realized like it's so much, it's like really loud. Really loud. It'd be loud in like an open space, but there's no open space over here. So those sounds like it like reverberating, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it like drives me crazy how loud they can be.
Yeah, same with people who have like souped up cars. They have they have old cars.
Yeah, I don't care if you want to go 100 something on the highway in front of me and you get pulled over by the cop and I don't. I have no problem with that at all. You can go as fast as you want. You want to ride up next to my car? I have a small car. I don't care. Some other people are gonna care and they're gonna go like this, boop, and then you're risking your life. But if you want to like drive recklessly like that, go for it. Shut up. Just shut up.
It's like no one needs to hear it. No one's impressed by it. I'm not impressed by it.
And even those, I feel like I've seen really nice cars drive by and they just like drove by and they didn't go.
That's how it should be. Just us ranting about shit because that's our inner thoughts.
We do want it to be authentic and just kind of flow. And some days the flow is like really easy to navigate, and other days the flow is like, I feel like people with certain body types get shamed and like called out for wearing certain things, especially a certain time of year, like it starts getting warmer and people are wearing less clothing. There will be outfits that like, like a young, like skinny girl or like someone with like, who's happens to be petite, maybe happens to be more flat chested and not really have large bosom of any kind. I feel like those girls can kind of, I don't want to be like, they can wear whatever they want, but it kind of feels like they can get away with wearing certain things. And then when a bigger person wears that same outfit, we'll get called like nasty words, like we'll get basically slut shamed for that outfit, or told that like we're seeking attention, or we're wearing that to get attention. And like back not too long ago, there was like a teacher, I think, or like a kindergarten teacher or something, who went viral for her outfits because she was being disciplined for her outfits, and she was basically like asking her audience, what do you guys think of my outfit for school today, kind of thing. I can't remember if it was like TikTok or YouTube or where I saw that, but basically like in all of her outfits, like I was kind of like, why does she even need to ask that? Like it's really obvious, like she's wearing complete neck, she's wearing gowns down to the floor, pantsuits, like everything covered up. But obviously with this clothing that's kind of more form-fitted, you can tell that she has a large chest, that she has a large butt, right? And so that's basically what people in her comment section were saying. It's like, it's not your outfit, that your outfit's not inappropriate. Your outfit's covering everything up. It's your body that, whoever is disciplining her, basically telling her that her body is inappropriate. So
yeah, and it's like, I didn't choose to have be fully developed by 11 or 12 years. A third of my body is my butt, and the other third is my chest. So it's like, I don't really get to choose that, unfortunately. And I don't want to go through surgery. I've seen botched, I don't want to do that shit. It's not fair. You don't get to choose your body, like, unless you have a lot of money and you want to do that. But most people don't. Like, I don't get the chance to, like, decide to add on more to my body. I have to subtract if I want to, get rid of stuff. And, like, to have people, as a bustier woman, having to deal with people being like, no, you need to cover up, or this is inappropriate. The amount of times I've been told you need to cover up, or you need to change your clothes, you look inappropriate. It's like, it is 80 or 90 degrees outside. I'm trying to be comfortable and not sweat. My boobs sweat, okay? Like, they need to breathe. The girlies need to breathe. And, like, it's something I've had to deal with my whole life. And I have to basically wear, like, a burlap sack over my body to cover up.
That's how I feel. I don't like feeling like I have to go back and forth between, like, wearing something, like, if I'm wearing something tight and form-fitted, it's like, oh, always have to have the jacket. You always have to put the jacket on, like, cover up when you feel like it. Because there will always be someone, like, in public staring, someone who makes a weird comment, someone who, like, is in a group of people and they're pointing and looking at you and stuff like that. Like, I feel like that has always happened to me. And it's like, I don't like feeling like I need, like, the jacket security blanket, or just have to literally dress like I don't even know what word to use, like a frump. I'd be like a big
Yeah,
frump.
like a troll, a frump,
Right,
a
it's
cartoon
giving no
character.
shape. It's giving, what even, does she even have a body? You know, like, you lose weight and you want to show it off, and you want to show off your body, and you're proud of it, or whatever. You know, I was going to the gym, I was eating good, whatever. And I'm trying to show off my waist and my stomach, you know, my arms and all that, but there's no way to do that without, like, showing your chest size as well, you know? I can wear a shirt up to here, like, every day of my life, you know? But sometimes I feel like I want to. But other times I'm like, I kind of feel like I look good and I want to show that. And it's like, because I have large chest, it's like, oh, you're showing that off. You're wanting to steal my man, or you know what I mean? Like, you kind of get like the finger, like, how
Yeah.
dare you?
I've
Point at
gotten,
you, like, actually
I've
show
gotten
it.
that.
And I would actually love it if they didn't move so much when I moved. But
Yeah,
there's
I
no
wish I could take them off.
Them from moving.
I wish I could take my boobs off and put them in a chest and
Oh
close the
my
chest,
god, I would
pop
love
them
that.
up. Like, where do you want me to put them? I would like to put them away. It would be nice. I could probably fit into a nice romper. I've always wanted to be able to fit in a romper. I can't. So.
Yeah, people don't know how hard Itty Bitty Titty Committee has their own share of issues. I wouldn't know about them. I have no idea. I haven't had Itty Bitty Titty since I was probably about 8 years old or 9 years old.
Same.
So I
don't remember. I don't even recall. I remember
having.
having to get my first training bra in like 3rd grade. So.
I had to get my first training bra, yeah, also in like, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I was still in elementary school. Like, I was in like 4th grade when they started to come in, if you will. It would have been nice if they stopped. I think I was actually the one, I asked my mom if she could go buy me a bra. Like, if we could go shopping for bras. And then, like, my grandma came over, and for whatever reason, me and my grandma went shopping for bras. But I wanted one because, what? Oh, she took me to, like, Limited 2 or whatever it's called, Justice or whatever. Girls were kind of staring, you know? And, like, not in a mean way, I guess. It was probably more of just, like, a curious or, like, kind of, because I definitely had them when everyone else, like, didn't, and I was always kind of trying to hide it. Whereas, like, the girls that had nothing, the girls that were itty-bitty, would be, like, ripping the shirt off and running around, you know? Like, I remember one girl, I saw her naked so many times, dude. I don't even remember who it was. I obviously wouldn't say who it was if I did. But, like, she was, the second we were in that locker room, she was whipping the shirt off and, like, talking to people. Like, she would come up to you just talking, like, no
It's
shirt
so
off.
weird. Like, they try to make you feel like you're the fucking weirdo. And then they do kinds of weird shit. And, like trying to make the kids feel weird.
I don't know if it was, like, somebody asked her to, like, do it, to, like, bully me or something, but I just remember her, like, coming up to me one day, just no shirt on, like she was
so
normally.
Fucking weird.
And, like, I was changing, and, like, I would usually, like, be doing the whole, like, under the shirt, let me into, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I was doing that, or, like, and then I guess maybe, like, I stopped doing that because my mom got me training bras, so I would just take my shirt off and my training bra on, and she was kind of, like, looking at me and, like, while I was changing and, like, commenting on it and stuff. Every day I would go into school, and in this one class, like, science or something, it would be, like, this group of boys, and they would always be asking me what size my boobs were. What size is your bra? What size? How big are your nipples? One day, that's what they would ask. How big? Can you show us this big or that big? And the teacher would walk by. The teacher was a woman and would walk by and hear it and do nothing. Like, I'll never forget that. Like, one day thinking, like, oh, she definitely heard them just say that and they're gonna get in trouble, and she just, like, starts teaching the class. And I was like,
sorry, sometimes I felt like the teachers were, like, not there. Like, some of them.
I think they were not all there, like, mentally. I think a lot of them.
I think they were just trying to, like, that's where sometimes it's like I love some teachers. I know they don't get paid as much as they should, but, like, there's some that just do it, like, because it's a job, you know? And there's some who just,
and they're not really, like, someone you'd want your child around. Like, if it was just them and the child. You know? There were a lot of teachers that, like, for example, were just kind of, like, they were weird, but they were, like, extra weird when it was just you and them, for whatever reason, like, in the classroom. Like, I look back at some of my experiences with teachers, just like, that dude was weird. I didn't realize how weird that was. Friend group around that time, and younger, actually, too. Like, when I was younger than that, when I was probably, like, 14, 15, I was in a friend group of kids that were kind of would do bad shit.
Were these and like people that we went to school with, or were these people like outside our school?
Outside of our school.
Oh,
you
so the Catholic kids. It's interesting how like the Catholic kids, because I remember being at like a a party or sleepover or something, and there were like this one girl went to the Catholic school, and she'd be like, you guys have, like, we were talking about boys, I guess, or boys we liked, and she's like, you guys haven't had sex yet, and she's like, it's like we're 14, like.
Dude, it was really like that, and I didn't know that. And the
Why is
funniest
everyone
part
in Catholic school having sex already?
bro, everyone I went to school with, like, everyone in our public school was like, that was like, oh my god, like, you talk to a boy, you have a boyfriend, oh my god, like, and everyone, like,
what?
panicked.
How many guys have you been with? Like, everyone cares
It's
about
like,
that.
what, you've kissed 2 boys? Like, when
You might be lesbian.
Ah.
You might be lesbian. Like, I had the lesbian rumors. Mean Girls. Like, oh, I'm like Janice Ian. I have a big lesbian crush on you.
I have a big lesbian crush on you.
That movie is iconic, by the way. It's just like,
I love that movie. I love Mean Girls. She doesn't even go over here. I say that all the time. Anytime I get a chance to say that, I say that.
my favorite part of Mean Girls is when Damien throws the shoe back at them. When nobody's singing, "You are beautiful," and every single
the shoe at him.
and they throw the shoe at him. He angrily throws it back. Don't bring me down today.
Yeah, and he keeps going. Oh my god.
But
I just love it. Sorry, what were you saying?
I feel like sometimes I look at those older movies, like Bring It On 2 is another one, where it's like, oh my god, I can't believe that was allowed to be said back then. Probably guys.
The white people responsible for that.
Look at Lindsay Lohan, come on.
Jesus. But at the same time, we do still remember that, like, technology-free time. Like, I remember begging for a phone in 6th grade, you know what I mean? But all those years before that, I did not walk around with a cell phone, you know?
I thought everybody did it. I thought everyone had the pink razor. I lost my first phone, and my mom wouldn't get me a second one until I could prove that I didn't get my, like, first, like, not prepaid phone until, like, 7th grade, I think.
I was begging for one in 6th grade. I'm not even fully sure if I got one in 6th grade, but I know that like, I have memories of me being like, I want a cell phone for Christmas this year, type of thing, in 6th grade.
That's how it was in school. It was like, oh no, don't touch her. She might be lesbian. It's like, oh damn.
You might catch the lesbian.
I'll
never forget it.
Lesbian disease.
Oh my god, I'll never forget it. I was friends with a girl. We're gonna do this all day. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna say their name and you edit it out, okay?
Go for it. I'm gonna edit this anyway.
You remember? I guess transitioned, whatever. So I was friends with them. I didn't really super enjoy being friends with them, if I'm being honest, for different reasons. But I just remember someone else who I must have, like, sat at lunch with was kind of like, oh, like, are you friends with, you know, the time he was a she, so are you friends with her? And I was like, yeah, we're friends. Yeah, I'm friends with her. You know, blah, blah, blah. Because they'd seen me, like, talking with her or something, probably. And, they go, you do know that she's gay. And I was like, what? I know that she's what? And they were like, you know, she's gay. And, like,
gay.
I'm telling you, when I'm trying to whisper as low as they were, and I can't. I don't even think this would be picked up on the mic. But they were like, you know, like, they just wouldn't say it. And I was so confused by that. I was like, what's the problem? I was like, and I literally turned to them and I was like, you know, you're not gonna, like, catch it, right? By saying the word gay. You're not, and everyone, like, looked at me too. And I said it, like, everyone at the lunch table, like, stops talking.
Oh my god, like, gay. Ooh.
Gay, 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 gay. Watch. Oh my god. Oh, like, but I was just, like, so weird.
You caught the gay.
You caught the gay. You gave me the gay.
I gave you the gay. It's my fault. I'm sorry, guys. I gave her the gay.
Beans
gave her the gay.
You can't pray this gay away.
Nope. You can't pray me away. I'm not even Christian.
Yeah, but I don't know. I almost, like, fought that person that day. Like, we were, like, they were that upset. This whole thing is making me want to tell you a story because I don't know if I've ever fully told you this story. But get ready to edit out another name. But do you remember?
Yes. It was a problem for me too. Oh my god.
You have to make a bloopers of just us reacting to the person. But sorry. But so this person that I'm talking about, she bullied me the worst out of anyone. Like,
she bullied me too.
Yeah, she bullied me really bad. Really bad. Like, probably most of my issues to this day could possibly be tracked back to this particular person and the stuff she did. Now, I don't know what it is about it. Every time I talk about it or think about it, I start, like, laughing. Like, I'm at that stage with it. But, it was pretty bad. I want to tell you what started it was a Tumblr post.
It's where everything started.
I'm showing my age here a bit, you guys. But yeah, it was a Tumblr. So, like, when I got into Tumblr, it was because, like, my friend showed it to me. It was like, how cool this is and all these cool pictures. I reposted and put things on my Tumblr that were, like, crazy. Like, I was one of those people where it was like, oh my god, like, she's posting all of that. But hear me out, I always changed people's names or, like, covered things up. So I would tell, like, stories about my day-to-day and how I was really feeling and all that. But it would always be, like, you know, it's not like it says, Alexis, you know, and freaking, you know, all my information and everything. Like, it wasn't like that kind of social media to me. It was kind of like Twitter before Twitter was a thing, I guess, because I was reposting random things and sharing things. And, like, I remember, for example, like, reposting pictures of weed. I'd never even smoked weed yet. Like, I was, like, 13. So, for whatever reason I was reposting that, I do not know. But I remember finding that on my Tumblr and just being like, what the fuck? But there was really cringy things on there, and I would post things or whatever. And so one day, I guess I was talking to someone, and they were like, oh, like, is your Tumblr private or something? And I was like, yeah, it's private. You have to, like, follow me to see my posts or whatever. And that was another reason why I would post all these things on there, you know? Because I felt like, oh, nobody follows me, and it's, like, it's protected. They were like, oh, have you seen you know who's Tumblr? And I was like, no, I haven't. And they were like, you should look at it. It's crazy. And I go on it. It's completely public. Key factor here in this story. Completely public. Anyone can just go and see it. Has her name, her full name, right on it. And it's talking about her, like, she's talking about herself having an eating disorder. Really scary to me and, like, bothered me a lot. So I was, like, wanted to do something about it. But at the same time, this is, like, this super popular girl who goes to my school who doesn't, at the time, I was like, she doesn't even know I exist. She doesn't even know who I am at all. And, you know, which was fine. Like, I was kind of more introverted and quiet and shy back then and wasn't the best at talking with people and stuff like that. I lacked a lot of social cues, whatever. But, oh my god, it's so funny because this other person I'm going to mention, we've already edited out her name, and you'll do it again, but obviously you know she was friends with the other girl. And she started talking to me in the locker room, and she was asking me about it. Like, she was like, oh, like, did you see her Tumblr post? And I was like, yeah, I did. And it's like, it really scares me. And, like, most of the stuff I said to her was stuff like, you know, she's so skinny already. Like, the girl who was talking about having an eating disorder, I was like, she's already, like, so skinny, so that kind of scares me. Like, she could get really hurt from doing this. And, like, somebody should, like, you know, like, I don't know if, like, we should talk to her about it or, like, and, you know, I knew that this girl who I was talking to was friends with her. So I was kind of, like, trying to be like, is she okay? Like, you know, if, like, everything's okay with her, maybe you could, like, talk to her parents or someone. Like, I was, like, a very responsible 13-year-old dude. I look back at this and I'm like, damn, like, I don't really think anyone else had that kind of, you know, I didn't want to embarrass her. I didn't want to, like, talk about it with people. Like, I found that out and I pretty much just kept it to myself until her friend, this girl, started asking me about it. So basically what ended up happening was that girl, who now has blue hair apparently, went and, like, told her, the popular girl, that I was, like, talking about her, and I was showing everyone her Tumblr post, and I was talking about it to everyone, none of which was true. And she, I don't remember, like, what it basically just led to her just, like, bullying me, mostly on the internet. Most of it was, like, on Facebook, and at the escalation of it, like, because she would be, like, saying stuff to me at school, too, but I would just be like, whatever, just blocking it out, focus on the teacher, you know, go to school, learn, go home, kind of thing. But then, like, the stuff on the internet was, like, after school, I'd be seeing it, and someone told me, they were like, oh, they use fake names, they use code names to, like, talk about people on Facebook, like, publicly, like, their statuses and stuff would mention people, like, not by their name. Because I did the crazy, like, eye makeup at the time, like, the eyeliner that covers your whole freaking eye, they were calling me raccoon or like raccoon face in a bunch of their posts.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And I just remember them saying, like they were talking about the do you remember Fantastic Fridays? They were talking about that, like the school dance, and saying like, oh, I wonder what she's gonna wear, probably a neon garbage bag and stuff like that. Because at the time I was experimenting with my style, and I would wear like weird, I had like fishnet stockings, and I would do the whole like shorts over jeans, and I just, all the horrible early fashion trends, I was doing them all. And wearing like bright colors and fun colors and starting to dye my hair and stuff like that. So they were like making fun of my outfits, my makeup, and all that. But at some point in one of their messages or like public things to each other, she was saying that she was gonna jump me. Like her and her friends were saying that they were gonna jump me at the dance, like if I was there and they saw me.
It's really fucking weird.
Isn't it? And then I was like, do I just not go? But then I was like, I feel like that's kind of what they want. Like, they want me to feel like I can't go or I shouldn't go. I messaged one of them, and then, like, instead of that girl replying to me, like, the popular girl, the girl who was bullying me, like, replied or, like, started a message thread with me. And I basically just said that I have pictures of I took screenshots of everything you guys said, and I showed it to my parents. I didn't. I was bluffing. But I was like, I already showed it to my parents, and they're debating going to the police, but say that it's up to me. So I was like, if you want to leave me alone and stop bullying me and harassing me, I'll let this go, and they won't call the police. But if you keep on harassing me, I'm going to get the police involved because you're threatening violence against me. So, and then they were like, I'm so sorry. And then she ended up apologizing to me, like, online and in person.
Yeah, she kind of bullied me too, but it was more behind my back. I used to do cheerleading. And I don't know why my mom kept me in this. When I was in second grade, I thought it was cool because it was like, oh, like bring it on. Like I thought it was gonna be fun. It was cute when I was like second and third grade, but of course developing and everybody else is skinny. I looked horrible. I looked like a tub of lard, and like that's this type of shit they would say about me. And I remember before I got a Facebook, they had the big group team picture of all the cheerleaders, and I looked like I was right in the center, and I looked like a troll. And they would be like, "Oh, she's so fat," all of them. And I'd be, "Oh my god, I can't believe she does like, splits, so like splits and toe touches and shit. She shouldn't be doing that." And then I finally said something, and they were like, "What are you stalking us?" I'm like, "I was literally just tagged in this. What do you mean stalking you?" And like, it was like, and then they suddenly started being, "Oh, okay, like, oh, we really shouldn't be saying this stuff anymore." So it was weird, and it hurt then, but like now I'm just kind of like, now knowing this stuff about said girl, it's like they were all kind of feeling the same way. This like patriarchal, like I gotta be skinny
by like someone and all of their friends. Like it wasn't, she manipulated these other girls into like also bullying me over something that like could have been handled with like probably could have been solved with literally one conversation between me and her. But it was because like that other girl, who was supposedly her friend, by the way, but keep in mind, she was the one going around to everyone saying, have you seen her Tumblr? Oh my god, have you seen it? Let me show you.